Sometimes you just scroll past something online and it makes you stop and reread it.
Oh, yeah. What caught your eye this time?
Well, it was some social media stuff from Republican Senator Markwayne Mullin. He's from Oklahoma.
Ah, Senator Mullen. I think I saw something about that. He referenced quite an old incident, didn't he?
He did. He brought up this story from way back 1890. Apparently, a reporter shot a member of Congress.
Right, Representative William Talby. Happened right there in the halls of Congress. Quite dramatic.
Exactly. But the story itself wasn't really the main point. It was Senator Mullen's comment after recounting it.
Okay, what did he add?
He said, and I'm quoting roughly here, "There's a lot we can say about reporters, but I bet they would write a lot less false stories."
Mm-hmm.
As President Trump says, fake news, if we could still handle our differences that way.
Wow. So handle differences that way, meaning the shooting.
That was certainly the implication, linking that historical violence to, discouraging what he called fake news.
That's quite a take. I imagine that didn't just fly under the radar.
No, definitely not. His home state paper, the Oklahoma, they picked up on it and, well, they weren't impressed. They criticized the suggestion.
Understandable. So did he walk it back after that?
Not exactly.
Yeah.
He responded to the criticism, but it felt more like doubling down, maybe.
Yeah, how so?
He brought up another comment he apparently made, saying he joked, and he put joked in all caps, about bringing back caning to settle political disputes.
Caning. Okay, so he's framing the original comment as maybe also being a joke.
That seems to be the angle. But, context is everything. The folks over at the Ring of Fire, that YouTube channel,
Mm-hmm, I know them.
they looked at his video and basically said, look, it really didn't sound like he was joking in the initial post.
Right. Tone is hard to convey sometimes, but they felt the message was serious.
Yeah, and they raised a pretty serious point about rhetoric like that, even if someone says it's a joke later, how it can potentially stir up anger, or worse, towards journalists.
That's a critical point, the responsibility that comes with having a public platform, especially for elected officials. Words can have real consequences.
Absolutely. And here's another layer to it, the actual history of that 1890 event.
What about it? Did he get the details right?
Well, according to the reporting on this, no, it wasn't the congressman who shot the reporter. It was the other way around.
Wait, the reporter shot the Congress then?
Yes, and apparently the reporter was acquitted, claimed self-defense.
Oh, well, that completely changes the story, doesn't it? If the senator was implying it showed a way to deal with reporters.
Exactly. The actual outcome was the reporter faced no punishment for the shooting. It sort of undermines the whole lesson he seemed to be drawing.
It really does. It shows how history can be sort of bent or misremembered to fit a narrative, especially when you're talking about something as charged as the press.
Right. And look, the whole debate around fake news is complex. People have strong feelings on all sides.
For sure. But suggesting violence, even referencing historical violence as some kind of solution to disagreements with the media, that's a dangerous path. It impacts, basic democratic discourse and the safety of people doing their jobs.
It really makes you think, doesn't it? For everyone listening, maybe consider this. What role do historical anecdotes play in today's political talk online? And what kind of responsibility do officials have for how their words, even jokes perhaps, land in the public square? Something to chew on.